G.ho.st is an acronym actually of Global Hosted Operating System. So our idea is to provide a computing environment for people which is entirely in a web page. Instead of having all your precious photos and files walled into a physical computer, it allows you to have all that data out there on the web so that you can get to your desktop and your programs and your data from any computer in the world, from any mobile phone in the world. Getting rid of walls and allowing you to be free with your data. But also with respect to the team in a more literal sense. The rest of the Palestinian part of the Gh.os.t team is across a large 400-mile concrete wall and fence which physically divides us. And there the tagline is saying, no walls in the sense that we shouldn't let walls stop us. We need to be able to work with each other and understand each other as human beings.
Zvi calls Gh.os.t an online virtual computer, and the basic service is free, including 15 gigabytes of online storage.
This is my third startup. I'd always had at the back of my mind a thought that you'd like to do something for peace in this messed up part of the world that I live in. And then I had this idea maybe we could actually create a Palestinian development team to work with. Like most Israelis, I'd never really met Palestinians and didn't know what sort of capabilities there are and what engineers there are. I quickly found that there's a small but impressive high-tech industry in Ramallah and a lot of passion to grow that.
There are about 30 employees in Ramallah, only 10 kilometers from the Jerusalem office. But because of the occupation and travel controls in both directions, the Israeli and Palestinian employees rarely meet in person, instead relying on the internet.
Hey, how you doing, Montasser?
That's Montasser Abdelatif, Gh.os.t's marketing communications manager in Ramallah, who I'll meet there later today. I take an Israeli taxi to Kalandia checkpoint and walk across the border to the other side of the wall. Then Montasser picks me up on the other side. A quick stop at Arafat's tomb, then to the Gh.os.t offices.
Gh.os.t, something that you cannot see that can go through the wall. Zvi believes that working with the Palestinian at the end of the day to set an example that the Israeli and the Palestinian can work together, and there is no other option. There's a lot of companies that they do outsourcing, but we are the only one that, the real company, because each employee has a share in this company. Yes, each employee, when he got hired, we give him shares in this company, so everybody is an owner.
In some ways, it looks like any other technology company office. But the room set up for teleconferences with Jerusalem is also used by employees to pray in.
Every Sunday on the morning we have a meeting with a video conference and Skype with our colleagues in Israel.
I asked Montasser how it was working with Zvi and often traveling to conferences with him.
Besides being a Jew or not, or being an Israeli or not, or being me a Christian or Muslim or anything, we are human beings first of all. So working with a human being like Zvi, it's very great.
But then Montasser made an interesting point, saying working with Israelis is actually not new for any Palestinian.
This is not the first time we're working with Israelis. Israel are controlling the borders.
This includes, like at Kalandia, a border with Israel itself, or the international border, say with Jordan.
We are importing goods from through the Israelis. So this is not the first time we're working with Israelis. We're seeing Israelis on the checkpoints every day.
Working at Gh.os.t helps him feel in control in a way he never has before.
The change is that with Gh.os.t, we are the producer of that technology. We are the one who make that technology useful for everyone in the earth to use it. We are very proud of having that product made by our hand, or with the Palestinian hand.
Your Gh.os.t webpage looks just like a desktop, except all your files are kept on Gh.os.t servers. There are many advantages to having your virtual computer completely on the internet, or on what's being called lately the cloud.
Get your PC corrupted, damaged, or stolen, for example, then you lose all your data. If your data is on the cloud, you don't care. it's there, it's safe.
Also, because it's online, we can create more collaboration and interaction between our users. So unlike Windows, which is sort of primarily offline, I can create a file and then share it with any other Gh.os.t user instantly.
Users themselves, who now number about 250,000 worldwide, have also created over 100 Gh.os.t apps. After 3 years, though, there's little profit yet, and investors haven't been easy to attract.
There's been mixed response from the investor community. Some people are excited about this, at least on a personal level. And a lot of people are nervous about this just because it's new and perceived to have some extra risks. They could be nervous about political instability. They could be nervous that the research and development credentials in Palestine are less known and proven.
In July, Gh.os.t had its beta launch in the shadow of the separation wall, at a unique spot where both Israelis and Palestinians can legally go without special permits. Tony Blair made a short speech affirming, "We know it's not just about politics, it's about business."